Hello YouTube, Intuitive Edge here. Tonight I want to look at something in the news that's going on, and that is about Roy Moore, who is from Alabama, judge from Alabama, and he's looking, he just won a primary and looking to fill a Senate seat. And there's some controversy that's come up in the news about him, and some allegations from a number of years ago about misconduct, sexual misconduct, and I'm curious to know what's going on with this whole thing. Is it true? Are the allegations true? Also, what kind of person is he? Is he dishonest? Is he honest? Is he a good person? Is he shady? So we're just gonna I'm gonna shuffle up the cards, and we're gonna see what the cards tell us about Roy Moore. Okay, give me a moment while I shuffle. All right, I think we're good. So we cut the deck. So I'm going to do a 6-card spread, the Celtic Cross. So we're going to look at the situation and the obstacle. Okay, so what we have here with the situation, we have the 10 of Sky. This is a card of, it's a heightened card of loss, and it's coupled over with the Death card. So an interesting thing to note with this card, the 10 of Sky, is this card is about ruin, being persecuted, being defeated. It's like catastrophe, martyrdom, persecution. The fact that it's reversed, now there's some different schools of thought on this. Some say that when this card in particular is reversed, it accentuates those qualities that I just listed. Other schools of thought are on this reversal on this particular card is that it means that those things are over and getting better, like it's a turn of events. I do feel this sense of persecution with this card. The image is this cat that looks like he's been through a war zone. He's pretty beat up. He's skinny and he's got scars and he's missing an eye. And he looks really beat up. I think this is indicative of the situation that's going on with him. Obviously, he's being accused. He's being, brought accusations. It could be a form of like a feeling like a persecution on him. This to me, I'm drawn to the image of the rocks, and it feels like, and it could be because there's multiple accusers. The image of these rocks, it's like he's had several rocks thrown at him, and that's the image I get is the multiple accusers. Now there's something that's coming to me about the broken stick. To me, this feels like something is broken. I want to say something coming at him actually is broken. Like it's not like this big sword coming to, do the final stab or the final nail in the coffin. This is kind of like it got thrown at him, but it's broken. It's not So I'm wondering if the feeling of this card being reversed is of things of being persecuted, but it's like there is a shift or something changing with respect to that persecution. It feels like there's some like something with the at least one of the accusations is it like it couldn't reach him because it's broken. Okay, I don't know what that means. I'm just saying what I see. Okay, all right. Over the top, we've got the death card. Death card in tarot. Very seldom does it mean actual literal death. The death card is about transition, change, life change, something that is life altering and life changing. So whatever, and this the way that these cards are laid out, this is the situation, and this is the obstacle or the stepping stone, depending on your frame of reference and depending on how the person handles the situation that they're faced with, whether they see it as an obstacle or a stepping stone. All right, this is in the position of what we know. Now, Ace of Sky is all aces are all about new beginnings. The Sky cards are all about the mind and what's going on in the mental realm. Now, what we know is, well, it's also a positive card, but it's forthrightness, it's strength, it's mental force, courage, fortitude, determination, and it feels like there's a lot of that on. And again, this is about Roy Moore, not so much about his accusers. So I would say this is written reference to him and how he's handling it. The Four of Earth down here, and again, this is probably off. I don't know if you guys can see this, barely. Let's move. Almost doesn't fit. Okay, Four of Earth is all about possessiveness, control, stability, feeling secure. This is like somebody this is their ground and they're sticking to their guns and they're holding on to what they've got and they're not going to budge. Now, this is what's led up to this. What's interesting about the imagery is this cat, and he's like guarding his domain, his fortress, and a lot of it looks like stuff he's collected. I don't know if there's something to that, but there's this feeling of guarding or sticking to your guns. It's kind of interesting of what's led up to this. I feel like he's very staunch in his position. I believe his position right now is that he's innocent, and I think he's sticking to that. Now we have the Sun card. This is really nice to have the Sun card in the reading. It always ends up that something good comes of it. So whatever this is, as horrendous as this persecution for him is, again, I'm going from his frame of reference, not the accuser's frame of reference. So this reading is about him, okay? So from his frame of reference, he's feeling very persecuted. But he's got the Sun card. So this persecution that he's feeling, there will be some good that will come of it, at least in part. Now he's got the sun in the back this isn't this is like the past. This is kind of what's behind him. And I think up until this time, things were going very well for him. He just won the primary, just defeated, I think it was Luther Strange. Was that I think, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think that's who he was running against. And up until this time, things were going really good for him. And this is actually a very positive card. So that doesn't surprise me this is like, okay, that happened. That's in the past now. Now he's going through this really difficult struggle, coupled with a life-altering change. And to get to the future card, the future card is the Fool, and this is embarking on a whole new venture. This is somebody who throws caution to the wind. They're carefree. They want to move on to greater pastures and do something new. Now, I don't know if that means he's going to drop out of the race. I don't know that. But this is like moving on to something new. But it's reversed. So reversals for this is like indecision, hesitation, like you want to branch out, but now it's like lack of confidence, like you're not sure what to do. There could be some real challenges ahead for him in terms of what to do. I think he's going to be faced with making some changes or adjustments. Okay, I was just going to do the 6 cards, but I think I should round this up, so I'm going to throw these last 4 in here and wrap this up real quick. All right, so in the position of him, this is a card of introspection, having to really kind of do a self-analysis and look at things a little closer. I think he's going to be doing a lot of that in the next few weeks at least, kind of going back over things and really checking himself, doing a lot of soul searching. I get he's going to be doing a lot of that, and it may be a pretty kind of a dark time for him, but I think he's going to find some strength as he does that. I think he'll come with some new resolve. Now, the next card is the situation that he's got. Now, this is a kind of a difficult card to have. It's the Two of Sky. This is a card about denial, being at a loss. But it's kind of like a dishonor type of card. But it's kind of interesting that it's in the environment position. This is what's going on around him, and it's like evident dishonor. It's not wanting to look at something honestly. It's like deceit. It's dishonesty. Things are not going in the right direction. That's the environment he's in right now. Things are not going the way they should. In this position, you have the card of the 10 of Fire. That's an interesting card. It's come up several times in the last few readings that I've done. And it's all about things erupting into chaos. And this is in the position of what we worry about, what he's worried about, or what he's afraid of, or what he's maybe hoping doesn't happen, or hoping that actually the fact that it's reversed, I think he's hoping that this whole thing can blow over and he can move past it. That's what that's saying. The outcome card is, when I saw this, it's like, wow, really? Check out this imagery. So it's the Six of Sky. You have this cat who is leaving a fight, and he's a little beat up. But this cat knows when it's time to leave the fight. Instead of staying and continuing to getting beat up, this one's walking away, cutting his losses and walking away. Now, I don't know if that means that he's going to withdraw from the race. The fact that the card came in reversed could mean that he's decided not to walk away, that he's going to stick it out no matter what. That could be a possibility there. But the imagery of that cat fight and this cat just saying, I've had it. But it could turn into resolve to change the situation and to stick it out. I'm thinking that's what the reversal means. But ultimately, I think it's just going to depend on him and what he wants to put himself through, whether he feels it's worth it or not. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the allegations on this reading. I may do that in another reading. This was just to focus on him and his process and where he's at. I think he's pretty determined to stick things out, but that's not a guarantee. So we'll see where this process takes him. Anyway, that's all I have for this reading. Thanks for stopping by. I hope y'all are having a good night, and we'll catch you at the next time. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.